Yesterday, around 11 p.m. in Korea or roughly 2 p.m. in Central Europe, South Korean President Jun Suk-yeol declared martial law. This is a significant event because it undermines the country's democratic institutions and seriously impacts the freedom of its citizens. So what exactly is martial law? Martial law is when the military is temporarily granted control over the country, usually during emergencies. In South Korea, the president has a constitutional authority to declare it. Essentially, it's intended for national crises. Under martial law, political activities like protests, rallies and actions by political parties are banned. It also imposes various other restrictions, but I'm not an expert on Korean law, so I won't go too deep into that. President Yoon justified declaring martial law by accusing the opposition party of being North Korean sympathizers and engaging in anti-state activities. One reason he cited was the opposition Democratic Party's attempt to impeach top prosecutors and reject the government's budget proposal. The opposition Democratic Party, by the way, holds a majority in the parliament. Unsurprisingly, the Korean people were not happy about this. Thousands took to the streets to protest against martial law. There were many tense standoffs between civilians and soldiers. Some of the most talked about moments include politician Miss Ang Ki-rong grabbing a soldier's rifle and asking him if he felt ashamed of his actions. Then there was Lee Hae-myung, the leader of the Democratic Party, who climbed the parliament gates and live-streamed the whole thing. Inside the National Assembly, legislative aides barricaded doors to block soldiers from entering, even fighting off with fire extinguishers. And those are just 3 examples. Many brave citizens stood up against the armed forces. Thankfully, there were no major incidents of violence, at least none that I've read about. I imagine many soldiers weren't happy about the situation, but they have to follow command. I'm not sure what the penalties are for disobeying orders in Korea, but in some countries they can be pretty harsh. Just 2 hours after martial law was declared, the National Assembly voted to overturn it. 6 hours later, the cabinet officially lifted it. Many government officials have already resigned, and the opposition party has started impeachment proceedings against President Yoon. Since even the leader of Yoon's own party has condemned his actions and the opposition holds a parliamentary majority, impeachment seems very likely. Now here comes my take on this whole situation. As a Dutch German, I've grown up with awareness of what can happen when leaders misuse their power and restrict fundamental rights. To me, it's completely unacceptable for a president to abuse their authority and declare a national emergency just because they feel pressured by the opposition parties. South Korea has a history of military governments, but I'm glad that the Korean people were able to stand up for themselves and for their country. But what do you think about all this? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching this little off-topic video on my channel. See you next time and bye.